Hey everyone, Coach Mike here with another guided programming question. This one says, in relation to accessory movements, in the last cycle, more specifically in the restoration and hypertrophy blocks, close grip benching was much more prevalent than military and push press, which were performed weekly before the October test day. The carryover of close grip movements to my competition bench wasn't as much. 1 rep max remained the same. My competition bench is relatively narrow and hand placement being just inside the knurling. Would it be okay to replace the close grip work with overheads in this training program? From your experience, what has most affected your bench, and where would you say the optimal grip width is for the different physique types, as some powerlifters have been known to widen their bench grip with training age? Good question, and maybe a lot going on in this question. I checked out your training, and you are in the middle of a hypertrophy block right now. So given the purposes and the design of the hypertrophy block, I'd rather that you kept the close grip work where it's at and don't sub that in. The overhead work will be back, but the hypertrophy block was designed specifically this way in order to get you the most progress that we can when we come back to a normal training block. Now, with that said, I understand that there's a lot of close grip work in the hypertrophy block. You did say that your competition grip is relatively narrow, with hand placement being just inside the knurling. That's extremely narrow. That's about, 12 inches apart usually. That's extremely narrow. So if you're going closer than that for your close grip work, I can see where that could be very limiting. I would seriously consider widening your grip. You're asking for overhead work, which leads me to believe that your grip is not so narrow due to a shoulder problem. A lot of times we see people who are edging toward a close grip because a wider grip is painful for their shoulders. If that's the case, then by all means keep your closer grip. But if that's not the case, I would seriously experiment with a wider grip. And you don't need to go maximum width immediately, but I would definitely come out a few finger widths, as soon as you reasonably can, and continue to edge that out. You do say toward the end, some powerlifters have been known to widen their bench grip with training age. Yeah, maybe. I would start making that move pretty purposefully for yourself, and don't take forever to make it happen either. Start widening things up. It's not like you need to take 3 years to end up with a wider grip, but it probably should take you 6 months or a year. Take your time, but widen that thing out. Especially if it's not bugging your shoulders. Find the sweet spot, and the way that you'll do that is if you widen your grip and your bench improves, then that's going to be better for you. If you widen your grip and your bench doesn't improve, then we have to wait and see. So that's kind of my take on where you're at there. I wouldn't change up the overhead work right now. Let's just stick with it as it is. It's just part of the hypertrophy block. If you need more overhead work when we get back into a more traditional loading block, let me know and we'll figure out how to make that happen for you.